Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to race number 19 of the NR2003 Diva Busch Series. Getting set to go racing for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300 here at the Texas Motor Speedway. After today's race for the Diva Busch Series drivers, as far as their situation is concerned, they have a total of 7 races left to go until we crown a champion. So time is starting to run out to find out who will be the champion of this series. Leela Bakai is the pole sitter. She's also your points leader coming into this race. She is alongside of Wanda McBride in the number 54 machine. Wanda McBride comes into this race 34th in the point standing. So Leela Bakai leading the points. On the other hand, Wanda McBride, 34th, still trying to find victory lane for the first time this season. Leela Bakai is a former winner this season. Shanti Darwish is in row number 2. Shanti comes into this race. If I could find her in the points, Shanti Darwish. As I can't even find Shanti Darwish. Alongside of her, Alyssa Albon. Now, Albon is 40th in the points table. She is dead last in points of the drivers that have run every race this season. So has not been a good start, has not been a good season. Shanti is 22nd in points, former winner this season. And Isabel Gordon looking to bounce back after a poor finish last week at Kansas. Get these drivers rolling off, and let's go over the top 10 of the points. As I stated earlier, Leela Bakai, the points leader, by 23 points over Caitlin Roy. 88 points over Charlotte Lopez, who's third in the standings. Alexandria Sarnes dropped the spot to 4th in the standings, and April Winters complete the top 5. Darlene Ward is 6th in the standings, 173 back. 175 back is Angela Thornburg, who's 7th. Mackenzie Cervino is 8th in the standings, 200 points back. 210 points back, our Truck Series winner, Carolina Bradley, from yesterday. She's 9th in the standings. And Calip Ambrosia complete the top 10. She did not have a very good race in our Truck Series event here yesterday. So unlike the Truck Series, where it looked like Abigail Lynn is on a runaway, it's a lot closer here in the Diva Busch Series as far as their points is concerned. Next week is going to be Diva Busch and Diva Cup Series as we go road course racing from Watkins Glen International Raceway. Hope you'll join us for that. And then we will, of course, we finish up our race weekend with the Diva Cup Series from here at Texas first. That is, by the way, the third to last off week for the Truck Series, as we're green here at Texas Motor Speedway. Diva Busch Series have one more off week to go before we get to the stretch, and Diva Cup Series have already done their off week, so there you go. We also didn't see a caution in our Truck Series event here yesterday, so will we see our first yellow of the weekend? We're going to have to wait and see here in the Diva Busch Series. I got, by the way, Bucky next to me. And I also failed to mention in our Truck Series race, and I'll mention this as well for this series, all of the races we're seeing here at Texas this weekend, the green flag is waved by Senor Sean Art, because this is his home race, as well as Jesse Art's home race, because they're from Texas. And, of course, you will see Jesse Art and the other 41 drivers tomorrow for the Diva Cup Series race from here at Texas. Points leader getting 5 points. Shanti Darwish also getting 5 points as well. There's Isabel Gordon in the 71. Isabel Gordon dropped all the way from 2nd to 15th in the point standings, as here comes Emma Kaiser. Kaiser comes into this race here in the Diva Busch Series. She is a 2-time winner in the Diva Truck Series, but hasn't been to victory lane. She's 31st in the points table, so it's not been a good season for Kaiser in Busch, but she will be back in the Busch Series next season. Now, here's the other interesting part is that Kaiser comes in this race 11 points below the safety zone. And what I mean by that is after the season, the top 30 in Diva Busch Series will be locked into the show for the first 3 races. Kaiser is on the outside looking in. So if Kaiser wants to have a good run today, she needs to make sure to be in the top 30 in the points to save herself from having to qualify her way in on time next season. As Thornburg had the lead, but now it's Becky Sampson in the 27. Becky Sampson comes into this race 21st in the point standings. Our former winner this season, Ashanti Darwish, takes the lead. There's Annie James in the 60. Gained 10 spots up to 17th in points. By the way, that's your winner last week at Kansas, I should point out. Wanda McBride in the 54, as I talked about, came this race 34th in the points table. She is a total of 38 points behind 30th in the standings. So Wanda McBride needs a good run to get herself out of the danger zone of having to qualify on time. Because, like I said, 31st on down will have to qualify on time. That will include Sydney Ball, Brooke Packett, Kasumi Takashi, also Hanako Watanabe. Those drivers would have to qualify on time because of the fact they are way down in the owner points table as far as that's concerned. Annie James nearly got in trouble coming off of turn number 2, but she gathered it up. Annie James announced she will not be back in that ride next season, so we don't know who is going to be replacing her. It was also announced today, I didn't mention this in the Truck Series race yesterday, which I apologize about that, but Morgan Le Fay, one of Sean Art's drivers, will be racing full-time in the Diva Truck Series next season, probably going to be replacing Shyla Askarov in that 36 truck, because Askarov is getting ready to go back to Europe to race in the GTS Array. There's Lydia, who nearly won our truck race yesterday. We talked about Lydia, who's been doing well in trucks. She's also doing well in the Busch Series. She is 11th in points, trying to crack herself inside the top 10 in the points table, leaving today. There's Tatsumi Takashi. She will be back in the Diva Busch Series. However, she will have to qualify on time. Mathematically, she's already going to be one of the go or go homers. So she's got her work cut out because remember, she is 42nd in points. Yeah, she's 42nd in points. And remember, she came in late in the season to replace Sydney Ball, who's been really struggling. That ride combined 2 top 5s, 5 top 10s. And I'll have to add up the owner points to find out where the 0 and the 79 will be in points as far as owner points are concerned. But I know Alyssa Albon is going to have to make the field on time next season, as Wanda McBride has now taken the race lead. McBride dropped 2 spots. She's yet to find victory lane for the first time this season. So a couple of drivers, well, Takashi is running a part-time schedule. Wanda McBride, on the other hand, has run every race this season. She's had a terrible year. And for anyone who's asking who is Wanda McBride is driving for, easy for me to say. If anybody's asking who owns this driver, it would be yours truly up here in the booth. I expected a lot more out of Wanda this year. Unfortunately, hasn't had the finishes to show for it. She's only had one top 5 and 4 top 10s this season with an average finish of 23.3. And as I said, she's one of those drivers who's yet to find victory lane. The big surprise I see when I look through the points table is I see the car that won the championship in real life in the NASCAR Busch Series, that 5 team. They're all the way down to 35th in the standings, which is a bit surprising as these two have a breakaway over this battle. Chow Dang nearly chopped off Angela Thornburg. For Thornburg, this is a nice bounce back run because she was 58 points back of 5th in the standings, which, by the way, that is critical because the top 5 are going to the going to the Cup Series next season. As we got the white flag, one more lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Does not look like we're going to have a last lap pass, that's for dang sure. And off of turn 4, a struggling season will get better as Wanda McBride is going to win the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300 here today at Texas. And this win is more than likely going to get her out of that danger zone, get her into the top 30 in the points. And she's going to have to make sure she stays in the top 30 in the points so that way she is locked into the first 3 races of next season's Diva Busch Series, which she will be back in that ride next season. So really critical. She needs a good run. Good run for Takashi. Comes away in second. Angela Thornburg, this is critical for her. 3rd place. Came in this race 58 points behind 5th in the standings. We're going to have to see where this is going to situate her. Ada Chua will come away with a top 5 in 4th. Ada Chua is another driver who, let's see, Ada Chua 39th in the points. That's another driver who's been struggling in the points table, so good run for her. Same with Chow Dang, who comes away in 5th. So a couple of drivers that were below 30th in the standings who needed good runs. This is definitely what they needed. Same for Emma Kaiser, who came in this race 11 points back of 30th in the standings to get herself locked in. 6th place for her. Great run from her. Charlotte Lopez gets 7th. That's going to be critical in terms of the championship as far as that's concerned, depending where the 43 and the 92 finish. Prue Granger gets 8th. Didn't talk much about Prue Granger. Of course, Abigail Stone will be running full-time in the Diva Truck Series next season. Prue Granger 23rd in the points, so she'll continue moving her way up through the points and also getting away from 30th in the standings. And Darby King will complete the top 10. Good run for Darby King, a driver I haven't talked much about her all season. Darby came in this race 20th in points, so a nice bounce-back run for the Kansas native. Look on down through the remainder of the finishing results. I see a number of drivers running well in points. Sarge, who came in this race top 5 in the points, came home 39th. Caitlin Roy came in this race 2nd in points, came home in 31st. The gal that she was trying to run down for the points lead, Lila Bakai, came in this race as the points leader, 25th. We know Charlotte Lopez finished ahead of them. April Winters came home 18th. We're going to have to see where this is going to situate her. But it looks like possibly Charlotte Lopez has gained a lot of points on Lila Bakai, and Caitlin Roy is going to be dropping like a rock as far as the points are concerned. Good runs for Tatiana Guerra and Olga Scott, who absolutely need good runs. Same with Alyssa Albon. And Askarov, another solid run for her. She fell out of the top 10 in the points, so this is a nice bounce-back run from her. But that's going to do it for the Diva Busch Series. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race from Texas. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the BCS Race Crew today. Be sure your full finish results. Your point standings will be shown after this video goes up, heading into next week at Watkins Glen. We got to finish up our Texas weekend with the Diva Cup Series coming your way from the Lone Star State. Then next week will be Diva Busch and Cup from Watkins Glen. Trucks will take an off week. Until then, I've been Divas signing off as you've been watching another broadcast of PCS Ray TV, the best in racing around the world since 2017. So long from Fort Worth, Texas.